Hey developers, welcome to UniOne Email API channel. We're continuing our look at how to send emails with Ruby. While it may seem straightforward, sending email involves encryption, server handshakes, and sometimes unexpected issues like provider blocks. In our previous video, we covered email sending with Ruby using SMTP. Now, let's focus on the API approach. As we already mentioned, SMTP is the classic method where your application connects directly to a mail server, issues low-level commands, and manually handles the process of delivering each message. Email API is a more advanced email protocol, where you send a JSON payload to a web endpoint, and the email service handles the delivery for you, offering a faster, more scalable approach with less code to manage. Now, which one should you use for your business? Here is a quick comparison of SMTP and Email API. Use SMTP if you need fine-grained control over every detail of your email, like custom headers, or if you're working in an environment with an offline or internal mail relay where direct server communication is required. Choose an Email API when you prioritize speed, real-time tracking, automatic retries, and built-in security. Basically, when you want the provider to handle the heavy lifting and ensure reliable delivery at scale. Alright, once you've decided that the API method suits you better, let's have a quick look at how email APIs work and scale. Instead of dealing with the old-school email protocol directly, email APIs let you send emails by making simple HTTPS requests. Here's the basic flow. First, your code builds a JSON payload. This includes things like the recipient's list, the email subject, the message body, whether HTML or plain text, and any attachments you want to include. Then, your app sends this JSON payload to the email provider's REST endpoint over a secure, encrypted connection. Behind the scenes, the provider takes over. It queues the email, handles the SMTP session with the recipient's mail server, and returns a message ID so you can track it. What's really cool is that events like delivered, bounced, or opened get sent back to your app through webhooks. This way, your system can react in real time without needing to constantly check or poll for updates. Because the provider owns the entire delivery pipeline, you automatically get several benefits. Automatic retries with smart exponential backoff for temporary failures. Access to detailed metrics on delivery rates, bounce reasons, and engagement via dashboards. Instant webhook notifications, so you can update your database or trigger workflows in real time. And top-notch security. The service keeps TLS libraries up to date and enforces modern encryption standards. All of this means less work on your side, faster delivery, and better insight into what's happening with your emails. If you're looking for an easier email API solution in Ruby, UniOne's REST interface takes that burden off your shoulders. With UniOne's REST API, you send a single payload for multiple recipients, and UniOne takes care of queuing, signing, retrying, and recording each event. The official UniOne Ruby gem wraps all API calls in plain Ruby, so you can stay within the language you already know and love. Now let's talk setup and basic send, using the UniOne Ruby gem. Step 1 is installing the gem. You can run this command directly or add this line to your gem file. Next, store your API key securely. Never hard-code it in your code. Instead, save it as an environment variable like this. Using environment variables or a secrets manager keeps your keys safe. Now create a client in your Ruby code by requiring the gem and initializing the client with your API key. You can also set optional parameters like the API hostname, timeout, logging, and how the key is sent. To build and send an email, use this code example. The message data includes recipients, subject, body with both HTML and plain text parts, and attachments encoded in base64. You pass this data to the client's send-email method. The response you get back is a passed JSON object. You can access the status and message ID either as a hash or dot notation. A few important details here. You can send to one or multiple recipients. UniOne handles sending the email to all of them. You can personalize your message using substitution data, which replaces placeholders like this. Attachments are base64 encoded and included in line. UniOne's API doesn't stop at just sending emails. It provides all the features you'll need after your first send. Webhooks allow you to receive real-time notifications about your emails. You tell UniOne where to post events like deliveries, hard bounces, spam reports, opens, and more in JSON format. You simply set the webhook URL, specify the events you want to track, and activate it. To make sure you only process real callbacks, there's a helper to verify the authenticity of each request using HMAC checks. You can then parse multiple events efficiently by iterating over them and handling each event type as needed. For example, marking emails as delivered or suspending addresses after a hard bounce. Statistics let you pull aggregated data for dashboards or A/B testing. You can request stats for a date range grouped by day and then assess how many emails were sent and opened on each day. Projects help you organize your sending environment, keeping staging, production, and white label clients separate but under one master account. Other useful features include tags. Add tags like receipt to emails so you can slice your stats later. Skip unsubscribe. Mark critical system emails such as password resets to bypass marketing opt-outs by setting a flag. Template store. Upload your HTML once to get a template ID, then send just the dynamic fields for lighter payloads and a single source of truth for your design. For error handling, wrap your API calls in a begin rescue block to catch and log any service-side issues gracefully. A few tips to keep in mind. First one, the UniOne Ruby gem covers everything: sending, webhooks, stats, projects, and templates. Second, using HTTPS with an API key is simpler and safer than managing raw SMTP credentials. Third, helpers like verify callback auth and callback helper reduce boilerplate code in your webhook controllers by dozens of lines. Next, optional flags such as timeout, logging, and API key location help adapt the client to slow networks or legacy proxies. And all of these features work through clean Ruby objects. No manual JSON parsing required. That covers the most important things you need to know about sending emails with Ruby using UniOne API. If you're curious about the SMTP method, check out our other video where we walk through that approach too. Don't forget to subscribe for more tips and tutorials. See you on UniOne YouTube channel.